There's a passage that's been on my heart the last couple of months. It's 2 Timothy 3, and talking about this world that we live in right now. But it's an interesting passage because he starts off, Paul tells Timothy, understand this.
But it'll start, know this. Paul said, this is need to know information. This isn't just kind of like casual information.
And then he says this in verse 2, for people will be lovers of self.
It's not for nothing that Webster's officially added the word selfie to the dictionary this year.
Why? Perhaps because narcissism has become completely intertwined with the fabric of our society.
Oxford estimates use of the word in the past year has increased 17,000%.
The crazy thing about this list is many of these things we read, and nowadays we just kind of shrug our shoulders at it.
The current version of the DSM defines narcissism as intense self-absorption and a grandiose sense of self.
Sounds familiar.
Because the emotional dynamics of billions of people is going to shift to an increase of evil and selfishness. So he's talking about the emotional dynamics of the planet.
I grew up in something often called Generation Me, but when I look at the current world, I can't remember why that fit us. This is Generation Me, or maybe Generation Look at Me.
And it's become so normal to us. I mean, I was reading this thing about the sociologists are saying that our culture, this generation, is by far, by a long shot, the most narcissistic culture to ever exist.
It seems that has become part of the zeitgeist. The idea that everyone deserves a camera crew or a microphone to broadcast everything about them.
Everyone thinking, I have the opinion that's going to change. We think that's normal.
We have Twitter, Facebook, MySpace, Foursquare, and myriad blogging tools that are built to allow us to tell the world everything we're thinking, as if every thought we have should be shared.
You understand, back then they'd be like, you gotta be kidding me. Everyone is gonna think that their voice should be heard, and everyone is gonna build this shrine to themselves so that everyone else can see and make themselves look as good as possible. It's normal.
That's what Paul is describing here.
What do you want to believe? What's your pleasure? What would you like? I'll find you a teacher to give you that. But Paul tells Timothy, don't you be one of those guys. You know what this book says. You preach it. You lay it out there. Now's the time to stay the course. Now this time is to stay strong, because the time's coming. People are going to be lovers of themselves, lovers of pleasure, not lovers of God.